Once, in a remote corner of the American Midwest, there lay a desolate and forgotten highway. This stretch of road, known as Route Epsilon, was barely more than an overgrown ribbon of cracked asphalt that seemed to lead nowhere. Few dared to venture onto it, for the stories surrounding the highway were nothing short of chilling. Legend had it that Route Epsilon had been built in a frenzy during the early 20th century, a frantic effort to connect two small towns that were mysteriously omitted from most maps. The road's construction was shrouded in darkness and secrecy, and those who worked on it rarely spoke of their experiences. Rumors spread that strange things happened along its length, whispers of lost travelers, fleeting glimpses of ethereal figures, and the eerie feeling of being watched. As the years passed, the towns connected by Route Epsilon faded into obscurity. Maps changed, towns grew, but the highway remained unchanged, a time-worn passage that seemed to defy both logic and geography. Few brave souls ever ventured onto its cracked and weed-choked surface, and those who did often experienced a sense of disorientation and unease. One fateful night, a group of friends decided to test the legends. Armed with curiosity and a desire for adventure, they embarked on a journey down Route Epsilon. At first, the road seemed innocuous enough, but as they drove deeper into the night, the air grew colder and the shadows thicker. With each passing mile, the friends noticed that the landmarks around them began to shift and change. Trees that should have been on the right side of the road now appeared on the left, and familiar buildings seemed to jump from one location to another. Panic began to set in as they realized they were trapped on a road that defied the laws of reality. Hours turned into what felt like days, and exhaustion gnawed at their sanity. The radio crackled with static, emitting eerie whispers that seemed to echo their own fears. Just as hope began to wane, they saw a figure standing at the side of the road. It was a spectral figure, its form shifting and indistinct. Desperation drove them to stop and approach the figure, who beckoned them with a skeletal hand. A voice, both mournful and seductive, whispered promises of escape and revelation. One by one, the friends were lured away, drawn into the darkness that surrounded the highway. The last survivor, trembling and teary-eyed, managed to turn their gaze away from the apparition. In a final burst of adrenaline, they turned the car around and sped back the way they had come. The road seemed to stretch on forever, a nightmarish expanse that refused to release its grip. Just when all hope seemed lost, the car burst forth from the oppressive darkness, re-emerging into the mundane world. Route Epsilon was gone, as if it had never existed, and the survivor was left haunted by the memory of that nightmarish journey. To this day, the survivor's tale serves as a chilling warning to those who would seek out the forgotten highway. Route Epsilon, a road that led to nowhere and everywhere, a portal to a dimension of despair and unreality, remains etched in their minds as a place to be avoided at all costs.